What's up everybody, Broskadamus here, and we are back with Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced X. That's still a long name. This time, we're going to go all the way through and we're going to finish it, because this time I don't have to get another computer and lose all my progress. So for anyone who's not familiar with this, as I would imagine most of you, at least most of you that are going to be watching this are, this is a hard mode balance patch for Final Fantasy Tactics Advance for the Game Boy Advanced. Obviously I'm playing this on an emulator, but essentially hard mode Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. You can even see the X on the new title screen, as this is a new version from the previous version I played. So in hopes of keeping the intro short, all of the links will be in the description to direct you to where to get this mod and how exactly to install it and whatnot, and it's going to be found on the Insane Difficulty forums. So if you go to the Insane Difficulty forums, you will find this, as well as a lot of other good mods. So I highly recommend just going there even if you don't have any interest in this particular mod. Alright, with that out of the way, we're going to be doing herb picking this time. Just like last time. This is an incredibly difficult mission, so I'll do my best to go over what I've actually purchased and set up before the mission as we go here along in the video. This is post-commentary, as if I did this live, this video would be about an hour long. A little bit ridiculous, so this video will be sped up some, but it's still a long video, and these will be long videos. So, this will be a ride. And you have no idea what the hell you are saying. You have no idea what you're saying. This is not easy enough. This is your trial by fire. Herb picking is going to be basically drop in and it will destroy you. Unless you've played this mod before, you are going to probably lose. Even if you played this game previously, it's nothing like it. So, I mean, we'll see it live here. So, now, here I'm deciding what I want to use, and I gotta go with the warrior here instead of the white monk, at least for this first mission. I love the utility of the warrior and the soldier classes, so in the vein of speed break, I am choosing to go with warrior instead. And then for Mont Blanc, I don't like him as a black mage. Moogles scale kind of poorly in magic. I don't know if that's changed in newer patches, but I decided to make him an animist. Now we're just going to go over our equipment, take a quick look at everything. Gonna have to actually go purchase some equipment. But as far as these things go, the starting equipment is pretty good, but I end up spending pretty much all of my money outfitting my units for this mission because this mission is so hard. And I mentioned in my older video, my previous video, that I didn't believe there was any luck-based, and I still don't believe that it's completely luck-based. I meant to say completely, not any. Of course there's luck involved in everything, but when it comes to this particular mod, there is luck, but I would still argue that there's not a complete reliance on luck, as you'll probably see in this mission. It was rough, but you'll see it. So, there is also a few changes to the newer patch compared to the last one, the last patch that I did my old video in. And that is an increase in cost of some of the items. So you will have to pay attention and select the items more carefully that you choose to use, or maybe even pick different ones. I wasn't able to purchase as many as I wanted because of the increase. So, specifically I remember the bronze shield was, I believe, 400. Don't quote me, but the previous version, I believe it was 400. It is now 1,000. So keep that in mind. And I believe Phoenix Down is about 100, 150 more. I believe most of the consumables are actually more in general. Not entirely sure about the weapons, as I didn't notice much change, but I believe everything may have had some tweaking of its price, so that's something to pay attention to. I didn't look too hard into it, I just focused more on, I want these specific items, I am willing to give up another set of items, mostly consumables, to achieve that. So I choose the Thorn Bow here for my archer, because I need that aim leg. I need the utility to control, because I love control in this game, and in this mod it's very useful. So here you are, yeah, Phoenix Down 650. It actually might be more than 150 more. I don't remember. I want to say it was 300, but I can't say that for a fact. And I do pick up the Green Beret, even though it's a little more expensive, and the Feather Cap is better. I wanted block arrows to start learning that right away, much like last time. When it comes to the actual armor, I believe I only pick up a cuirass, simply because I just do not have the money to spread it out. And I want to say that the gauntlets and the boots are a little more expensive, but I wasn't able to buy any this time anyway, so I didn't think into it too much. Overall, I bought some extra consumables, but unlike last time I did this specific mission, I did not pick up any high potions. And that's okay, because it turns out I don't really need them, but the Phoenix down. Need the Phoenix down. So, as we outfit here, I'll go over what my idea is. Obviously, Marsh is a soldier, and we're going to be using him for utility, so I want him to be fairly tanky, but he's already pretty tough as a soldier, so I kind of like the idea of outfitting everybody else first to give them boosted stats. Well, his stats are already fairly high. He's pretty tough. So we go with the Glass Bell so we can use Sheep Count with Mont Blanc here, adding a Sleep for more control. I did this last time too, and I loved it. It's an excellent skill, and I would highly recommend using it. As far as other equipment goes, I don't believe I give him anything else. He's fairly unprotected in this mission. Now, Yave here, please correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I think that's how it's pronounced. I bought him a shield, and I believe I keep it there because he's also fairly strong, even though he's only level 3. He's fairly tough because he's a soldier. I may actually give him a bronze helmet, we'll see here in a second. But my first priority is outfitting Lucas here because he has fairly low defensive stats, and his stats are kind of low in general, and being only level 3 doesn't help him any. So I make sure to outfit him with the best stuff that I can. But again, items are a little more limited this time around, but I do give him a helmet. I believe I give the helmet to Marsh, but I can't remember off the top of my head. We'll see it here in a moment anyway. And I'm trying to check stats back and forth between them, and I do find that the warrior's stats are lacking compared to Marsh and Yave. So I decide, yes, that's a good idea to keep him outfitted in the bronze helmet. Now, checking his stats, I believe him and Marsh are about even on stats. So the only thing that makes me decide, I think, to give Marsh the helmet may be the fact that he has combo. Now, this one's self-explanatory. Thorn Bow, like I talked about earlier. And then the Green Beret, I choose to give it to her because she's only level 2, and I want her to be protected the best I can because she has a bad time. And yes, Bronze Helm to Marsh. And I'm double checking gear. Don't really have anything to give Mont Blanc. And I don't really have anything else to give Colette, or I think it's Darcy as our healer. And then, as you do with all emulators, make sure you save. And I use both files to make sure that there's no corruption or any kind of chance for anything getting screwed up. Because I definitely want to finish this playthrough this time. Wanted to finish it last time, but I already bored you with that story. Alright. So as far as I know, nothing has changed mob-wise, though I haven't sat there and investigated stats from my previous video. But as far as it goes, the plan is still similar. There may be a few new moves that I'm not really aware of, but they still have the basic same idea and the same threat level. So I still saw the fairy kind here as the biggest threat because of that, I believe, I want to say White Wind, but I totally blanking at this very moment. We'll be checking it here in a second, I'm sure, but basically the ability that heals and also gives a auto life. Checking the laws, always a good idea. Checking the turn order, always a good idea. So, ultimately, this is one of the biggest reasons I chose to switch him to a warrior. I wanted that third person with speed break, so I can try to get the upper hand in speed, so I can start getting double turns and try to outpace the enemy, as they are fairly numerous in this mission. The scariest thing, again, is the fairy kind, and I kept trying to kill her first. The biggest and scariest thing, though, is indeed the dragon. The fact that he's got a ton of health, a lot of defense, and hits like a bulldozer on steroids, being pushed by a freight train. If he hits you, you are going to die unless you are one of the soldiers, and facing him. So, we do get the sleep, facing sleep. That's fairly lucky, and that's also good, one less enemy to worry about right at this moment. But when it comes to this dragon, man, this goddamn dragon. This dragon is brutal. I know that some people, much like I mentioned last time, focus him first, and this is what I brought her for. Keep him in place and get away from him. He doesn't have any breath attacks on this one, but he does have the dragon heart to boost him. He did not use it this mission, but... And like the first goddamn episode, Colette gets smacked down on her ass by the fairy one-shotting her again. These fairies, I can't even believe it. They hit so hard and they have so much utility, and they have block arrows, so you can't even shoot them effectively with arrows. It's just brutal. My only option, and my best option, as well as my recommendation, is to kill her first, for the love of God. The basic idea behind my actions here at the beginning is speed break everything, and as you can see, that went shitty for me. Facing high damage Goblin Punch. The luck is not in my favor at the beginning of this, and I lost hope fairly quick with the onslaught that the monsters brought. I'm stuck in a situation where they've already closed on me, and I haven't had a chance to speed break everyone. The big scary thing is I don't want to get anywhere near that dragon to speed break it, so his turns are going to go much faster than they would if I was already able to speed break him, so he will get out of that immobilize much faster, which is it just scares the shit out of me at this point. When it comes to this, that critical plays a part. And when it comes to getting this fairy down, that is pretty much going to be our answer. But as you can see here, we're in kind of poor terrain. We can't get to the fairy because of how jumbled up and clustered everyone is. This is a nightmare. I got Colette dead in the damn way, and I need to get some of this shit put to sleep, so that's what we've started to do. Things are going south very early, and I haven't been able to kill anything yet, and I've lost 2 men, and my white mage is wounded. So we're in some shit right now, and we just lost our paddle. So we're going to start sandbagging here, trying to keep everybody up. I had to revive Colette there because she is in the damn way. So I have to get her out of the way. I also was hoping that she would get a turn before she got Goblin Punched in the gob. And luckily, it looks like she might, because she somehow dodged that. Now we're going to keep working on the fairy, but... God, the goddamn fairy. The goddamn fairy has so much health. It's the scariest thing here. I mean, that dragon is scary, but that fairy has the potential to do immeasurable damage if left alone, or if uncontrolled. So here we are. I can't get to the damn fairy still because we're in a cluster. So I have to take the action, just figure out what I'm going to do. Do I want to heal her and try to keep her up? And I choose to heal her with the potion. If I had paid better attention to the turn order there, she wouldn't have got smacked and wasted a potion. She would have just got smacked. So as you can see, much like the first time I did this, our archer is taking a dirt nap most of the time. And it's... I mean, there's some redeeming to be had, but it's rough. It's rough as an archer in this mod. At least the way I use them. I'm kind of aggressive with my archers, and I probably shouldn't be. So we're taking an attempt at sleep here so I can try to slow him, and we miss the sleep. So my white mage needs to get the hell out of there. He is going to die, even if she hits him once, so I decided to use the Phoenix down, because he's just going to die anyway, and it is going to put me even farther behind, even if he were to heal. So it doesn't matter, and the goblin comes in to finish him anyway. So even if the fairy had the turn, it wouldn't have mattered. Either way, he was going to die. I wanted to get somebody up. I think that was the right choice. Even now, looking at it, I think it was the right choice. Now, here's the problem. She's in a downed state. That means that she's going to heal herself and give herself auto life. She has to die yesterday. So I choose to go for the combo to ensure that she dies yesterday. Now we got her down. I was feeling pretty good now, even though we're still 2 men down. Colette is still alive. The sad thing is I do not have enough mana to use aim leg, so she is effectively worthless other than taking a random shot. And this is bad. She needs to live to be able to use that shot. I need her to pin people, so I need her to live, so I need to figure out where to move her to keep her alive in coordination with those sleep targets, and I decide to pick up my warrior here. Just in case she does die immediately, then I at least got another character alive from her active turn. Now, we were able to put the dragon to sleep, and I breathed a sigh of relief when that happened. I finally felt in control for the moment. And trying to keep everybody up, trying to counter our sandbagging, it's trying to sort it out. And as you can see, those goblin punches coming fast and furious, just... I'm not having a good time with that roll. It's just terrible right now. With hindsight, I probably should have used Speed Break, but that's just because I knew that the Goblin was going to get the kill. So I choose to revive him again, because the Goblin will not have his turn again by the time I do get a chance with our warrior. So Colette does survive here. So we are going to save the aim leg, and I was too low there, that was going to miss no matter what. I am saving the aim leg to use on one of the sleeping targets to pin down my next kill target. And I'll explain more when we actually get there. And if we can just keep her alive, we're in great shape. Even better shape. The control is ours. We have the control. Look at all those turns. Look at all those white turns. So we pick everybody out of all of the targets. We set up to kill one, the one that's going to wake up the soonest. You know, it's basic strategy. You look at it and think, okay, that guy's going to be ready. I'm going to kill him. So what we're going to do is we're going to pin him leg-wise, surround him, and eliminate him. Can't miss aim leg while something's asleep. Can't miss anything when something's asleep. And aim leg does not wake up the target. So that is an amazing combo. Now we're going to go in on this guy and attack him and try to eliminate him before everybody else has a chance to wake up. And while we're at it, speed break that dragon. Now everybody's speed broken, and we're going to start getting turn advantages. And now our white mage can finally start to heal everybody. Things are looking up. Things are looking good. Got to keep Colette alive, and we got to keep Mont Blanc alive to keep the control real. It also helps to keep the two soldiers alive as they're fairly tanky and they're doing a lot of our damage. So checking turn order, we're going to have another guy waking up fairly soon. And there you go, basic attack. Facing him, forcing him to fight us one-on-one like that. We're going to be in good shape. So I have to wait here, so I take a free shot. It misses. Next turn I will have enough mana to pin the next guy after he's woken up, or attempt to pin, I should say, the next guy after he's woken up, and keep control of the situation. As long as we can keep her alive, things are looking good. And that critical spreads us out a little bit. That's pretty good. It keeps the enemies clustered together, so it's hard to get at them, but that critical does make it so Mont Blanc can finish that target before the others wake up. So we're in pretty good shape now. Starting to even the terms, starting to bring everything together. But because of this mod, you can never completely trust anything, so you need to stay on your toes at all times. If you're winning, stay on top of it. So as long as we can keep Colette alive, we're in alright. Oh dear God. And this is what I was talking about. The butt sex suplex is on its way. As you can see, everybody's waking up, shit's hitting the fan. It's just, we're in deep trouble now. They're just dropping like flies. They're picking us apart. We lost Colette. We only have Mont Blanc. He has to live. He has to live, or we're just going to be overwhelmed. There's no way we can stand against a dragon and two goblins. Not a goblin, especially with Goblin Punch still up. So we need to kill him. He needs to die. We also need to make sure that that dragon doesn't get up and decide to use our face as toilet paper. So we need to make sure that he stays down for the perceivable future of this fight. But we also need to make sure that we're spending our turns killing these goblins before we start to get overwhelmed. And as you can see, we're starting to run out of time on turns here. So I need to make sure that we're keeping at least one or two of them pinned while I try to control this dragon. And we do get really lucky with the facing sleep there. That is the luck we needed to turn around this massacre. It's definitely an emotional roller coaster, this mission is specifically. And it's... And again, similar problem, I cannot reach the goblin that I want to reach. But now that we have him asleep, I'm trying to reform battle lines here so we can keep Mont Blanc safe in the back, but the goddamn dragon woke up one more turn earlier than I wanted him to, and he does kill our warrior. Now at this point, I was thinking in my head, as this is just me scrambling to try to unfuck the situation, I was thinking in my head, wow, everything was going so great. What happened? Why did it turn into a clusterfuck so quickly? What did I do wrong? Turns out I didn't really do anything wrong. There's things I could have done differently, but there's not a whole lot I could have done to prevent that onslaught when everybody woke up immediately. If they had missed Colette, I'd be in such a better position. It's just how the draw works sometimes, and it's just you gotta work with it. This is what I mean by the luck that I mentioned earlier. Now we're getting a little bit of it, and we can take advantage of it because of our positioning and our usage of sleep. But he does wake up, and he gets a back shot, but it doesn't do that much. For some reason, he doesn't kill Mont Blanc. I was almost certain Mont Blanc was dead there, and then that would have been our nail. And we're shipped off to the grave, and that's it. But because of that, and the fact that we were able to get that sleep, we can whittle these goblins down. Foreseeably, of course. They are going to start getting their turns, though, and they're going to wear us down. We don't have a healer, and we're out of reses. I believe we're out of reses. We might have one left at this point. But reses became a problem at this point. Sandbagging into the ground. We are having to split our damage because I just cannot reach both of them, and Mont Blanc needs to get the hell out of Dodge. He needs to get out. He needs to go. So, he's healing, and he's making a run for it the best he can. So we have Incarna here. He's going to go for the kill on our Moogle. I'm so glad I used that potion there because he would be dead. And then we get another Goblin Punch. Much lower this time, thank God. But that probably had our defense in measure too. And we do finally kill the Red Cap. And that does give Mont Blanc some breathing room. But he still needs to be on the move in order to survive. This is definitely not a one situation just yet. This is still a situation I consider, well, for the most part, consider that we're losing. Mostly because that dragon is practically full health, and we're hurting. We're hurting bad. And yes, we are out of reses, it looks like. So we're just throwing potions like they're candy, trying to stay alive. We're out of healer, we're out of reses. We have two soldiers struggling to survive, and Mont Blanc trying to hold everything together. If he dies, we're probably done. We do need to kill this goblin before the dragon can get up, though, or we're still in some trouble. It's definitely not something that you can take lightly at any point, even if you feel in control for the briefest moment. And I do take the safe course there and heal instead of going for the attack. I do attempt to put him to sleep, but I'm a little afraid to get too close, so I decide to sit back and play it safe. Force him to come to me if he actually wants to kill my most important unit right now. Now, maybe... yeah, he does go for him. And that Goblin Punch. So glad it missed. I was so happy when that missed. There was a glimmer of hope. You cannot give up, and you cannot count your victory before you've killed the last enemy. As you can see, where this quickly turned around from a situation where I felt completely in control to a situation where I'm clamoring to regain some semblance of control. It's just not something you can stop, and that sleep gives me some breathing room. It's... oh man, I go all in on this guy. We need to kill him. So I gather up and get ready to kill him. I do have the luxury of time at the moment though, so there's no reason to set up to the point where I have to worry about breaking him from sleep right away. So I want to get into positions where I can take advantage of him in his sleep state. And we are running out of time because that dragon is going to be waking up soon. I'm checking his movement, so we see if he can reach me or not, and I am safe there on Mont Blanc. And I do need Mont Blanc to be nearby to put that dragon to sleep again if necessary. So I do set up here, 100% hit because he's asleep. So I do try to set up here and see when I can best maximize the 2 hits. And I do determine that I can use combo if it comes to the point where I have to attack him from the front again. So we do strike him and then wait for Yavei's turn. And he does get his turn right away. And we are able to put him down. Now it's down to the dragon. I am still deathly afraid of this dragon. He's got most of his health. I believe we've only hit him once, if even that, at this point. Where were you, ref? Where were you when my own guys were blocking my attacks? What's going on with that? There we go. He's up. And I made sure to face the attack so we wouldn't die horribly, but he does hit me really goddamn hard. And I'm still reeling. I'm still reeling from this, and I need to go all in. But he's got a lot of defense, and it's looking pretty bad. The only upside is he is slow. And I do go for the sleep to try to keep control, maybe reposition, take some potions, but the sleep misses. So we have to go all in. We have to go all in before he gets another turn. So everybody all in. Unleash everything you got, even Mont Blanc. We've got some more turns coming before he gets a chance. Just go for it. Go all in. Everybody keep attacking. Not much else that can be done here. I decide that it's just worth it to attack with Mont Blanc here, even though he does abysmal damage hitting something with a bell. But I can get him out of the way after he attacked to attack from the rear and guarantee, almost guarantee, a 90% hit that I can kill him. And we do. Thank God. This was brutal. We got this, but we do come out of it looking like this. But we're alive. We made it. Now, even though I did do this once before, it took 3 attempts before I cleared it my first time. This was my second attempt. A little bit better, but still rough as hell. And this is brutal, and I would recommend just trying this mission if you download this. Even if you're not that interested, just try this mission. It feels so good to clear it because it is brutal as hell. From the previous time that I tried this, the next couple of missions aren't nearly as hard. So, just a testament to show how hard this is. Just give it a try. It's a lot of fun either way. But these videos are going to be long, and I will be putting them up all in post. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I'd love to hear them. And as you can see, we've cleared this. That means we're moving on. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.